In a segment we call Ranting and Raining. Let's head now to meteorologist Mark Elliott and web correspondent Mary Cobb with more.
Thanks, guys. You know, we love to hear from the viewers, and we've got some great questions in tonight in a segment we call Ranting and Raining.
We certainly do, and the best way for you to reach us is at weather.com/lightningrod. There you can find links to our Facebook and Twitter pages. So let's get started, shall we,
ready.
Mr.
Let's
Elliott?
go.
We'll go to our Microsoft Surface here, just like we did last night, and we have this question here from Myrna Papp in New Jersey. TWC lightning rod, what happens when a strong hurricane collides with a weaker hurricane? Does that make it a super cane?
Well, I mean, that'd be great for, I don't know, weather horror movies or weather novels, but actually it's more likely that you get the opposite. Instead of a huge hurricane, likely you're left with no hurricanes at all. You know, there is a situation out there in the Atlantic right now where two storms are pretty close to each other.
Right.
So I'm gonna illustrate how this happens. Let's go.
Please.
All right, we have Hurricane Igor and Hurricane Julia both in the Atlantic right now. And like all storms in the northern hemisphere, all low pressure systems that is, they rotate counterclockwise. So let's start the drawing. Hurricane Igor with a counterclockwise rotation, Hurricane Julia with a counterclockwise rotation as well. But here's the take-home point. If these were to get really close to each other, what would those wind fields be doing to each other? And really, they'd be kind of fighting it out. You look at this area right here and this area of Hurricane Julia, those are the areas that would be close together if those two storms were next to each other. And you notice the winds moving here from south to north, winds moving here from north to south. They're going in opposite directions, and that would actually cause the two storms to break apart. Now, there are a couple of other options here. Sometimes one hurricane is much larger than another, kind of like Hurricane Igor right now, just a huge storm out there. So if the forecast were to bring Julia into Igor, chances are Igor would win this one, although that is not the forecast right now. And one other option is really rare, but fun to say. It's the Fujiwara effect, where basically the storms can act like pinwheels and rotate their way around each other, and both would be fine, but that happens really rarely. Most of the time, both storms fizzle out to nothing.
So interesting. So it's kind of like, it reminds me of an MMA fight where they're fighting to the death, but instead of there being a crowned champion, they just sort of, you know, beat each other up.
Yeah, this is the steel cage match of weather, and everyone comes out bloody and half of what they were before.
Oh, nice. Well, on that note, we have Kyle from Oregon asking us this on Facebook. I am ready for fall. Why are the leaves changing their colors? He's right. We're getting into fall with these gorgeous reds and oranges out there. What's that all about?
And lots of tourism starting for the season. You know, it's all about the weather and how the weather changes and how the seasons change. The leaves start to change because of the sun being less frequent out there. The days getting shorter and shorter as we go towards winter. And so that gives a signal to the trees to basically stop producing chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is a green pigment that is in the leaves of trees. And there are other pigments in there too, the yellows and the oranges, which do the same thing. They all absorb sunlight. They all help convert it to energy for the tree. But once the tree stops producing the green color, those other colors get to shine through.
It's their moment in the sun, as you would say.
Perfect.
So you found something else here about a banana and how that acts in a very similar way, right?
Yeah, same thing. If a banana's on the tree, it's going to stay green because there's lots of chlorophyll being produced, and if it would actually go straight from green to brown when it gets really ripe. But we take the bananas off the tree, no more chlorophyll is being produced, and thus the banana goes from green to yellow because the green color fizzles out and the yellow shines through.
Interesting. So now every time I think fall, I'm going to think of bananas, and I'm hungry. Okay. You know what? I found this on our iPad here. This comes from Jonas McMillan in Georgia. He says, I've been wondering, what is the origin of the phrase under the weather to describe someone who's sick?
Well, it actually goes all the way back to the 1800s when, well, pirates ruled the seas. Insert your favorite pirate joke here. Feel free. Exactly. So on the boat, on the big deck in the front of the ship, that is known as the weather deck because that's where the pirates or the sailors would be able to look at the skies and see what the weather was doing. And if you didn't feel well, you'd go underneath and take a nap and thus be under the weather deck, hence the term under the weather.
So it all comes from those pirates, eh?
Exactly. All right. So lots of great answers here tonight, but there's always more questions out there, so send us an email or a Twitter feed or a Facebook post, and we'll get your questions and hopefully answer them here as well. For now, let's go back to the studio.
All right, great job. I love the etymology of all these weather phrases. Thanks, guys, so much. Have a great night.
Thanks.
And coming up, of course, just about 50 past the hour, which means